No, that's not all. A little bit about my family. I have 11 brothers and sisters. I'm only really close. I only speak to two of them. Just through, life happening and different events. As I said, my parents were divorced, so my adopted father has some children, my biological father, and my mother as well. So, again, that's all lend itself to an incredible perspective of um, people coming in and out of your life. And no matter who they are, no matter how significant they are, that doesn't mean every person is forever. And so, from a really young age, I was afforded this perspective and this ability to constantly be moving forward, this freedom to sort of let go of things that tied me down, that didn't serve me, that didn't feel good, that didn't feel right, and to constantly be focusing on progressing. As far as my spirituality and faith, I do not subscribe to any religion. I grew up as a Christian, and my religion taught me how to judge people. It taught me how to hate people and not how to love people. It taught me how to be a hypocrite and how to be one way inside the church and a different way during the week with those same people as they diminished and judged others, and then on Sunday said we weren't supposed to be doing that. So a long time ago, I decided to walk away from my religion, but to retain the things that were positive, that I believed in, that were true and good. I've studied many different religions, and again, I don't subscribe to any full one. I do believe that religion teaches us to have self limiting beliefs and to really narrow our perspective and mindset. So it's just not for me. But most of my friends, they do have a religion. And of course, I love them living their life however they live their life. I appreciate and respect each individual's right to choose. And my only belief, the only sin I believe in is interfering with someone's right to choose, passing judgment on them, and using your word to diminish what they believe and how they feel. So please, any of you that are listening that are very religious people, please don't be offended. I love you, I support you, and I've studied many religions. There are incredible things about all religions, and all religions really share the same, like, few basic principles. I started focusing purely on spirituality when I was a teenager. I believed that all of the answers that I needed were inside of me, especially when I looked externally, and those people who were meant to have the answers were teaching me to judge and hate myself. So I knew that I was part of God. I believed that very long ago. And so, in that, I believed whatever I need to know, I can find inside of me. I can find through thought, meditation, prayer, and that the universe would bring circumstances and challenges into my life that would teach and guide me how to be and love better. I do subscribe to a few basic principles, and I encourage any of you who are looking for simple keys to your spirituality to pick up the book The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. This book was gifted to my mother when I was young by a famous shaman named Ross Llewellyn, and then lent to me by my mother. And I have been working toward achieving the principles in that book for something like 16 years now. No, 26 years. Wow. And it's not something you're ever going to finish, although they're very simple, very, very basic things. But because we have to live in our society and culture, that influence is constantly sort of pushing you back from living in this truth. And it's a constant struggle, but it's absolutely the greatest gift I've ever received. That book first, then The Fifth Agreement, and then there's one about love, learning how to love unconditionally. I can't recall the title right now, but all of this wisdom has resonated very solidly with me, very strongly, And the thing that I love the most about it is that it has in it the respect for all religions, and it validates everybody's beliefs and everybody's way of life. And for me, that is the first step in communicating with someone, is letting them know this is not a judgment place. I'm not coming from a place where I think I know everything, because I believe the moment you decide that your way is the only way and you know everything and all, that's the moment you become incorrect. That's the moment you have made a mistake. And so that's one of the first things I noticed about the book, and that I really loved it. I have purchased probably 100 copies of that book now. And even when I moved to Vietnam, one of the first things I did, I bought 13 copies of the book in Vietnamese, and I gave them to people around me. I'm so grateful that it has been a positive influence on many people here as well. And so I encourage all of you that are seeking a new truth or new tools to pick that up. As I said, I used to live in the Middle East a while, and now Vietnam. It's incredible that the universe has led me on a journey and had me live in sort of the two places that as a kid I heard the most negative things about, right? I was born in the early 80s, and I grew up in a time of the Gulf War, and just after the time of hearing about the Vietnam War, or the American War as it's referred to here. I'm so lucky, I'm so blessed, I'm so fortunate to have been afforded the opportunities to live in Kuwait and in Vietnam, so that I could gain a true, real perspective, not only on how amazing the people are in those areas, but on how the media is directly manipulating every news story and every perspective in order to gain the support and the backing of societies around the world. Everyone's media does that. You know, history is written by the victor, not by the loser. But when you go to the loser place, they have their own history. Not that Kuwait is a loser at all, because we were not in a war with Kuwait, but that region we hear so much negativity about. Even when I went there the first time and I was interviewing a lady, I said, I want to be part of the culture. I want to know what Kuwaitis are like. And she said, you will never be accepted by Kuwaitis. They will never invite you into their home. You need to let go of that. I knew in my heart she was wrong, and within a month I had already proved her wrong. I love the people there. They were so kind and so generous to me. Many times somebody would stop me and say, thank the Americans for their support. Thank your military for their support. I wouldn't have my country if it weren't for their support. So there's a real awareness of the support that has been given in the past, and there's a real appreciation that still exists in that culture there. But that's not something we would ever hear of where I'm from. The same here in Vietnam. Obviously, if you know anything about that situation, the United States was allying with France, and under the impression that they were doing the right thing for their ally. However wrong that they were, it's amazing that these people are so loving to Americans and so inviting and open to Americans now. It's a true testament of what the human spirit is all about and what will happen if we focus on love. There isn't anger, there isn't resentment here, and I'm so blessed to be able to experience that, to be connected to some amazing people in Vietnam that have recently, some shown me that they love me more than my blood relatives, and some shown me that I loved them way more than they loved me. But that exposure to the truth is all that I've ever sought in my life. Once you see the truth, it's up to you to accept it or not, and to adjust and live according to what you've seen, or to continue living in the fog. So I'm really grateful to the universe. I'm really grateful to the people of Kuwait. I'm really grateful to the people of Vietnam for allowing me to build a life here. I found my partner here, and I'm launching this project here. I am doing many things here that I believe are going to contribute to and not at all detract from this amazing culture and these wonderful people. I encourage all of you to do the same. Maybe you can't move away, but you can reach out to a community that isn't yours. You can try to experience life in someone else's shoes. And this gain in perspective is really going to be a gift that you never knew that you needed or wanted. And if you're a parent, it is going to pay off in spades for your children. We all need to open our eyes. And thankfully, recently, we have seen the world engaging, right? Different regions, different countries trying to exterminate races of people, and the whole world has stood up in solidarity. Violence from the police against certain demographics of people in my home country. The whole world has stood in solidarity, and even Olympians taking a knee during the Olympics now to show their support and solidarity. It is incredible to see the human race reconnecting to each other. We are connected through media. We are so fortunate to live in a time that we can live stream. I'm so blessed because the family, the friends that I have, they're all over the planet. But because of technology, I get to stay connected to them, and I don't ever feel separated from them. I'm not separated from you. You are part of me, and I am part of you, and we are all part of each other. And that is why I am finally starting this channel. Again, some of the videos will just be entertainment. It's just going to be for fun. We can't be serious all the time. We can't be heavy all the time. But there's always a time to discuss what matters. There's always a time to engage. This is not the time to be repeating this old phrase of, I don't talk about politics with my family. Boo. That is boring. It is time to move on. It is time to move forward. It is time to let go of the ashes of the past that we are gripping with a death grip and begging God, please let life return to normal. Normal is done. Normal is over. This is a new age. This is the age of Aquarius. It is no longer the dawn. This is the time for transformation and action. The more quickly you stop denying what is happening to you, the more quickly, the more easily you will overcome it. Will it be easy? No. Has anything you've ever gotten in your life been easy? No. If you were born entitled and rich and wealthy with access, good for you, but you need to challenge yourself to understand what it's like not to have that. This is the time for our growth. It is the time humanity has been waiting for millennia. So let's make the most of it so we can move forward, so we can see and experience what the new normal is like, where we as a cumulative race of beings have created a normal, a new reality that serves 99%, instead of 99% being under the thumb of a few people. We can take that power away. And it doesn't require fighting. It requires decisions, choices. All you have to do to change your life today is make a new decision. Decide you're not going to repeat this pattern. You're not going to continue down that path. You're not going to be abused by your worker anymore. You're not going to be unhappy in your relationship anymore. Am I saying to abandon it all? No. I'm saying to stand up for yourself and to create the dialogue. We have got to communicate and speak with each other, explain our perspective, explain ourselves. Do you owe anyone an explanation for how you feel? No. But do you want to help them understand so that they too maybe can create a better life for themselves? Absolutely. You should want that. And I hope through our conversations and our engagement in the coming future that I can help inspire you or assist you or give you seeds of thought that will grow a garden inside of you that becomes your oasis. It becomes your freedom, and that it creates love that you can then spread around the world, that you can use to influence your children, that you as a teacher can shift your perspective and your teachings to be more about love and spirit. If we live in love, we're not going to suffer anymore. Suffering is based on the self-limiting beliefs and false agreements that we have made. So it is time to let go. It is time to move forward, to face what is happening inside of you. You don't have to be afraid, okay? That thing that's bothering you, that you're trying to push back, that thing is what's holding us all back. I need you, we all need you to let go of that lump in your throat and to face what is hurting you, to face what is making you afraid. Don't tell yourself, oh, I can just continue living this way until I die. I can just bury this down. I can drink more, or I can fight with my loved ones. I can be angry. I can be violent because I can't face this. You can face it. And if you influence the people around you and surround yourself with people that know how to communicate and want to communicate, you'll find great freedom in that. Don't surround yourself with yes men. People don't have to have your opinion, but you should surround yourself with people that when your opinions don't align, that you can discuss and come together, not butt heads. That you can say, oh, rather than you're wrong, my belief, my belief, my belief. It's true for you, it's based on your perspective, it's your truth. It's not true for anyone else. Me and my partner, we live in the same home, we have the same bills, we have a lot of the same experiences. But even this video, my partner is not going to see the same way that I see it. The truths that I share, maybe my partner's going to see different truths there. Maybe you're going to see different truths. Maybe you're going to totally disagree. But all I'm trying to do is create a conversation, create some thought, give you a different perspective, share with you something you didn't consider, and then maybe, just maybe, you will choose yourself over the beliefs that you have been programmed to believe. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I'm really, really excited. My friends, my loved ones have been encouraging me for a long time to share my voice, to share my stories. I thought one day I would write a book, but I think now through this series, we'll slowly go through the stories of my life, the challenges I've faced, how I saw them at the time, how I see them now. I even remember I went to therapy one time and the therapist said, the way that you seek balance in your life is fascinating to me. And it was the last time I ever spoke to her. I said, are you trying to help me or are you trying to make a case study out of me? I realized she just wanted to hear my stories, and I was not in a place in my life where I had the energy to do that. Now I do, and now here I am. So this is the second of the Get to Know Me videos. I'm sure there's plenty that I forgot and plenty that we're going to share in the future. If you're excited, if you're interested in joining me on this journey, please hit the like button, subscribe, visit me on Facebook, send me a message. Let's create a dialogue. If there's something you want me to discuss, send it to me. I will get back to everyone as quickly as I can. I am doing this on my own. These videos are unedited. I do not prepare notes. I just hope that I sit down and that my angels deliver through me the words and the message that is the most correct, right one for that moment in time, and that it is the most correct, right one to reach out and touch people's hearts, minds, and lives so that we can move forward. I love you all. I'm sending you my healing love, my light, all my energy. Let's make this world a better place today.